No, no.
She's waving at me.
It's all good.
She's checking. We're all good. Just shake it out. Get nice and relaxed. Let's move the hips a bit. When you're doing this, round the back when you go to the rear and arch the back a little bit when you go to the front. Pay attention to your body. The head is not really moving much. It's the middle. And now the other way. I get some really intriguing, crunchy stuff coming out of my left hip when I do this. Getting older is so exciting. Nice and loose. Okay, let's grab the bongs. Alrighty. Orbits. Now between head and groin. Let's do 2 of them. And now between sky and earth. And again. And then double between head and groin. Coordinate with your breathing. And to the angle now. A double. Head to groin. Sky to ground. Middle. And small. Turn. Keep everything smooth and relaxed, so it's as if you were doing a continuous form. Don't break the rhythm as you introduce changes. keeping the rhythm back to the front. And widen the stance. Power moves. Change your hands. Hands, palm down. Use all of those muscles. The whole body should be involved. Hands palm up. Right hand palm down, left hand palm up. So it's a V-set posture now. Make sure that you curl all the way in and that you extend all the way out. Change your hands. So you are, when you're extending, you're really feeling your triceps in both arms, but particularly the one that's doing the chop. Bring the hands back to the front. And once again, I'm going to turn it at an angle again. Once again, the small orbit. On the horizontal axis, clockwise. When you come into the resting at home position, right here, slow down a little bit before you go through it. Now, from side to side, rocking the baby. Flossing. Ringing the bell. Other side. Splitting. Aiming the rifle. Other side. From side to side, pouring. Now counterclockwise on the horizontal. Joint manipulations now, hands palm down. And squeeze out to front. Pointing. And now this time, the bong goes underneath the forearm, okay? Actually, hang on a second. Oh. Palm up. That's the trick. There. I was trying to do something there that wasn't physically possible. So it's going underneath. To the side. This is involving sort of a double weight shift, the way that I'm doing it. And now I'm going with the right hand to the left. And left hand to the right. And down. Feel the spiral coming up your legs. Just stand. Bounce a little bit. Now, these are positive circles. And here's a negative. Other hand. Notice that these circles are on a vertical plane. And now we're going to do something different. So horizontal, 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 horizontal. When you're doing this, lead with the heel of the palm. Horizontal, horizontal. So it's like cloud hands, but a little different. Now with one hand, we're going to blend these two exercises. So vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. Can I have you over here, sweetie? Horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. This could be considered, this is called painting eyebrows red. Okay, and it could be considered a variation on single whip. Going really slowly with Karna, with her left arm, she's punching toward me, and I deflect like this. And when I deflect, I'm sort of pulling her in, and then I'm coming back, and I'm hitting her with the heel of the palm or with the elbow. So this has a yin and a yang phase to it. The yin phase is here when I'm pulling her in, and the yang phase is when I step in and I have this strike with the heel of the palm or with the elbow, depending upon where she is. Okay, thank you. So here, the other hand, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. I often see in competition people who are doing smileys like this. Here, 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 and here. Feel how this is activating and relaxing the shoulder. So a circle on the perpendicular or vertical, a circle on the horizontal, or not a circle, but an arc. An arc and another arc. And the two arcs, in terms of the angles of the plane, are roughly 90 degrees to each other. Move your feet, cross step, 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 cross step. And now, just swing the arms like this. And now, onto the other side. So here we have a variation on cutting frame. Here to here. You can do this. We'll talk about this when we get into the form with the jump as well. Right now with the elbow, loosen the shoulder and the back, hitting the lung 2 point here with your forefinger. So you're moving the elbow forwards. And now we're going to move it back. See what the hand here is doing. Other side, forwards. And back. And now, up, one side and then the other. And the fist is turned towards you. So this could be, you could be going here and then you could be going, okay, when you do the, like that. Could be an elbow move. But right now, just let's go up, 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 up. Stretch the muscles at the flank, the sides of your body. And now back and 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 back. Here, just there's something in this that is similar to painting the eyebrows red. This is, of course, dragon flying through the clouds. It's in the crane form. And it is the way in the cannon fist that we enter too lazy to tie his coat and single whip. Teacups. Going the other way. And wheeling circles, lia. Going the other way. pouring the qi.
It disappeared.
And now just stand. Okay, everybody. That I think was a fairly reasonable qigong we did there between the bong and all the physical stuff. I remember years ago, I was visiting some Chen clubs in Toronto, and at that time it was kind of a funny situation because you had 3 good Chen clubs and they were all in the immediately same neighborhood, up near the 401 on Markham Road. Really kind of amusing. And they were all competing with each other ferociously in tournaments. And one of the people who was a senior student of one of these Chen clubs, I'd asked him what qigong they did. And he said, oh, he said, we don't do any qigong. We don't do any qigong. So then we went over to his club and there were all of these students standing in universal post. And I said, you said there's no qigong. What's that? What are they doing? And he said, oh, he said, that's just conditioning for the legs. You know, so I thought, okay, well, that's what he wants to look at. That's the way it goes. Anyhow, there was quite a bit of material there we went through, some of which I don't think you've seen before. Are there any questions there? Any questions? Michael has a question. No. You got up so purposefully, Michael. I just assumed you had a question. Okay. Well, if you had a drink of water. Now, what I'd like to do, we're getting into a section that's got some interesting stuff, and I've just introduced some of it here. And you'll appreciate that when you're doing these qigongs, these are all movements out of the form, of course, but you're doing it as a qigong with some repetition. What we just did was we did painting eyebrows red, which is a major issue of what's coming up in the near future. There's going to be a number of things like that. With these moves here, also, like I went to my moccasins because they didn't want to have anything with treads working on that carpeting. You might want to make sure that the soles of your shoes are low friction. Okay, that will keep you from torquing or twisting your knee at all. Now, a little bit of a looseness here. This is teacups, done fairly small. Right in here, there's a lifting quality with this part of my forearm. And now, okay, let's go here, here, down, or around, here, and down, around, here, and down. I don't know whether your hands are feeling it, but right now, mine are loaded. And now here, here, around, and down. Here, here, around, down. Here, here, around, and down. Here, 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 here. This is present the flowers, of course. Now, what kind of energy is this? I think you'll see pretty clearly that it's water. Then here, here, shoulder and elbow, two fishes, back and forth. And you can see here that once again, you've got something kind of similar to that, to the painting the eyebrows red. So here and here, back, 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 back. So having warmed up our arms a little bit, commencement of the cannon fist. And it's all of that stuff we've just done. So down, here, 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 to there. Elbow, present the flowers. Right palm, two fishes. Coming across, two fishes or trapped with the palms, trapped with the leg, step out. And here we are doing the circles we did earlier. There's the first circle. Here comes the second with an elbow, and now you protect your head. You protect your knee, just like in the fan form. Regularize the hands, adjust the feet, step through. Now from here, you could do an uppercut with the fist, or you could do the full elbow, which is what we just practiced. But let's do the fist. Up. Grind the mortar. Clearing the sky. Now let's just do a couple of these circles, because we were so good at them when we did the qigong earlier. And now, right hand, that's the kerchief one, picks up the right leg. Now let's do circles and more circles. More circles. Feel the spirals in the legs and the thighs, spiraling in on the center line. And now down, Tai Chi symbol. Coming up. Down, Tai Chi symbol. Coming up and squeeze. Down, Tai Chi symbol. Come up and squeeze. Drop the elbows, come to the front, and down. Like that. Facing away from you. Now, without the repetitions. Protect the head, protect the knee, adjust the feet, step through. King Kong, mailed fist, grind the mortar, clear the sky. There's your wheeling circle, and now, too lazy to tie his coat. Spiral, do it twice, Tai Chi symbol. Right, from here, I should have done there first. So let's go back. Too lazy to tie his coat. I apologize for the brain fart. And here we go. That's sealing all openings. Glasgow kiss. Dragon flight. Single whip. Intercepting elbow. Intercepting elbow. Elbow with the left, straight lead. Turn. Guard the heart punch. And let's do the elbow. Come down. Let's do a double back fist. In. Down. White crane flashes wings and walk sideways. Kick. Reversing the whip. Down to the left. Double back fist to the right, adjusting the left foot. Pivot or jump. Wells down. Evade. Slant flying. Adjust the left foot and the right hand. Jade lady weaves that the shuttles. Right elbow, plum flower swept by wind. King Kong, mailed fist, grind the mortar. Now, before we do part one again, are there questions? Okay, our question for you. Okay, Joanna, you had a question.
Yeah, after the hard punch, like once we do the punch and then we turn around and we do the punch down and the hard punch, like there's something that like I'm missing movements there.
There's a whole bunch of stuff, Joanna, that I put
Yeah.
in that I never taught you. That's why it's not familiar, okay? But the
Okay.
thing is that you're in such a stable position. This is probably a class that you missed. But when you come down,
Like I miss
come
it
down
because I'm
and you
turned
do that guard
around.
the heart punch, you can come up, you've got the punch there, you can come up with
Okay.
an elbow, you can chop, you can do a double back fist like you're going to do later, you can gather up, boom, and then you can turn. So what I was trying to get people to understand, and I think this was 3 or 4 weeks ago, that there's a lot of looseness in the form. Okay, there's a lot of places where you can put in jumps and all kinds of stuff. So when you come down to
Okay.
this, down, you come up, you punch, then you cross the hands and you go into this, and then you go into this. But there's a whole lot of other stuff you can do. You can go down, you can come up, you can punch, you can do this, you can do a chop down, you can do double back fist, you can come back and do that, and then go in. So you see, I've just put in around three techniques in there, maybe 4, that aren't regularly in the form.
Mm.
But it's got that kind of looseness. If you understand how to use the elbows up and how to use the elbows back, you know, all of that sort of stuff. If you understand how you can put this in almost anywhere, then the form is giving you kind of a very general template that you can follow. And you can do it like jazz. You know, you can make it like jazz where you're getting into a particular area and then you're doing a riff. Okay, and
I
having
think my problem is that usually like I like to learn the choreography, but when I like the beginning I do looking at the screen and then you have to turn around and then I don't see it. So I miss it. That's the thing.
Well, this is why I do it sometimes towards you,
Yeah.
why I do it
But then
sometimes
I'm turned
reversed.
around again.
Yep, and you
And
have
it's
to put it together.
confusing which way.
You have to put it together because I can't. The only other
I know.
solution you got is to get a second laptop. I think this is something
Okay.
that Judy experiments with.
Oh,
Where
okay.
she's got one in front of her and she's got one behind her.
That
Okay,
is a
so
solution.
Judy, can you tell
Okay.
us about that? Judy?
Yeah, I think my mic's working. So you might actually be able to see the second monitor if in the back of my screen over my shoulder, you can see Steve's
I
face.
see it. Yeah. Okay.
What, basically I have one with the camera on it that I'm looking at right now, so I can see you
Yeah.
here. But then I have one behind me as well, and that way when I turn around, I can still see.
And, you know, in a situation where we're Zooming, this is where Zoom sort of meets its limitations.
Mhm.
At one point, Judy was wondering whether I might set up something with my phone, but that would really not help because in that case, you're dealing with the camera's focal length. So you'd see me with my body in one direction, and then from the other direction, you'd get a nice study of my shoulder blades, and that's about it. All right. So this is where we're getting into the limitations of the medium, and
Yeah,
hopefully
that's right. Yes.
by doing it, you know, facing you a couple of times and facing away, which is what we're going to do again, I'm hoping that the directional stuff will eventually sort itself out. Now, are there any questions about what we did there before we do it again? Thank you, Judy. All right. Here's just a question. Are you finding the form, did that flow a little bit better after all of that silk reeling that we did? Did it feel at all different? Gary?
For me, it feels about the same.
About the same, eh? Okay. Well, that may work, it may not then.
So Steve, for me, I noticed a big difference in the chi and the hands throughout the form.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, we're going to go back to part one. Remember that part two is quite short compared to part one. And once again, this time I'll be doing it facing away from you. So remember that going back and forth across the room, that's the long axis. So your point of view now, when we go through part one, it is as if you were following me in a class and I'm out in front. All right? Okay, and I'll talk once we turn around, but initially I'm not going to. Here's where we turn. Straight lead, guard the heart, down, up, out. Now we're just going to do the simple version, up, cross hands and sink. Shift back, yin shape with the right hand and foot. Left hand, which is high, goes down, catches. Touch the knee behind the right knee, come up, kick. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Reverse single whip and sink into it. Double fist. Pivot in the left foot. Wells down punch. Slant flying. Jade lady works at the shuttles. Plum flowers, swept by wind. King Kong male fist. Vajra warrior grinds the mortar. Now, continuing into part 2, reach out and grab. Pull down. Drilling, block, shift back to the left foot, lean with back, sink to the left, double back fist. Turning around and punch down. Turning around, Trinity posture. Punch, punch. Punch, jump. Low on block and cloud hands. 1. 2. 3. Right hand, high pat to wind you up, pivoting on the ball of the left foot. Left hand, step. Pung, G, on, Lu. Pung, G, on, Lu. Pung, G, on. Push yourself around to here and there. Catch with the left hand, high pat with the right. So if you're looking at the characteristics of the different sections, in this little section here, you're doing high pat and horse at least 3 times at different places. So again, off the top, part 2. Block, lean with back. Double back fist. Turn. Trinity posture. 1, 2. Now from here, you can do the next move as a hidden hand punch. Then jump. One. 2. 3. High pat. High pat. On. Loop. Push yourself around, cross over, catch, and high pat. Again. 1, 2. Hidden hand. Jump. And I'm going to change right here. So I'm only going to do 1. And now we're going to do 3. Push yourself around. High pat. The high pat, you're ending up like this. It's a follow stance, right? This, everything nice and comfortable. This hand is at the middle dantian. This hand is at the lower dantian. So it is closely related to the 3 body posture. Santi sit. Any questions there? Gary? Oh, no, that was you just saying it was okay. Continuing then into part 3. So here's the high pat. Machine cannons. 1, 2, 3. Ride unicorn and look backwards. White snake. 1, 2, 3. Turning flowers of sea bottom. Prop and punch. Block up. Phoenix fist down. Firecrackers to the right. Turn. To the right again. To the left. Turn. To the right again. To the left. Beast head posture. Beast head posture. Bagua step and hold the ball. And slant flying. Pivot in the left heel. Step through into cutting frame. Hidden hand punch. Lean with back. Again. Machine cannons. Ride unicorn and look backwards. White snake. Turning flowers at sea bottom. Trap. Punch. Block. Phoenix fist. Firecrackers. Right. Right. Left. Right. Left. Beast head. Beast head. Bagua. Pivot in the left heel. Hidden hand punch. Lean with back. One thing I can't recall whether I mentioned or not with that last couple of moves, and I think I need to get this out of the way so you can see my feet. With the last couple of moves here, it's kind of an interesting move, and this is one of the things that I do in the fan form that Helen Wu doesn't do, and that is I have a circle that is going this way, that's coming in like this and then it's going out. So coming in and then going out. This is where we're getting into that section in the fan called Immortal Sage Points the Way before we do the grassbird's tail. Now, so what's happened here is we've come through and we've done the bagua step here. I'm adjusting my feet. So see how the feet are pivoting like that when I do this. Okay. Let me see whether, let's go back to the partway in. Here, let's go. Boom. 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 Turning flowers to sea bottom. Lock up, down, firecrackers. 1, 2, turn. 1, 2, beast head, beast head. Now I step bagua, and my right hand, it's going to open and it's going to stay on the center line. So for a moment, I hold the ball, but this hand is doing, it's trapping the other person in space. And then I'm stepping out and I'm moving into it with my shoulder. So I could have a, if I wanted to, but I don't, okay? So I've done this. I'm going here. There's where it's almost touching the shoulder. So that could be a shoulder method. Out. Settling in. Now right here, I'm going to circle my hands like this, and I'm going to pivot on the ball of this foot, bringing the heel into the center line. So here, here, here. Then keeping my feet where they are, this is where I do the hidden hand punch. Boom. Then pivoting on my feet, lean with back. The posture for lean with back should be very dramatic. Okay. The Buddhist roots of this form are much more on display than other styles of Tai Chi that have been given a gloss of Taoism. Okay. So you've got these stances like lean with back, where you are taking on, it's almost like you're an avatar of a Buddha protector, a Dharmapala. Okay, so make things bold and big, very strong. Any questions now? Okay, Karna, can I have your help? Just to demonstrate something now that I talked about, but I don't think I've demonstrated before. So I want to be fairly close to the camera. So I've done this. Okay. Now Karna's punching at me with one of her hands. Okay. So here she's punching at me with the other hand. And there's the throw. So this hand, and then the other hand could be the same thing. And I could be doing, in this case, coming in with something really terrible, like an elbow or something. So remember, these moves can be fitted together. Thank you, sweetie. These moves can be fitted together in very different ways. So here, see the hand stabilizing? This one. And now my hands are going to circle, bringing in the heel. I step through. hidden hand punch. Lean with back. Okay, and this is like this. So I've been doing it, breaking it down chunk by chunk. Is this approach working for you guys? I need some feedback here. It works? Okay. Oh, David, I didn't realize that you were here. Good to see you. Now, the next thing is painting eyebrows red. Peter, what is the nomenclature of the entry to this? You looked it up at one point.
The jumping sweep thing is painting eyebrows red. This thing is green dragons swims in the water.
Okay, so you know, it's so different from other versions of Green Dragon that we know. I'm just going to call the whole damn thing painting eyebrows red. But this is one where I cannot demonstrate the application with Karna. Well, I can in a way as long as I don't do it. So can you come here? Peter, it's your fault. Now, okay, come here this way. This is one that I originally learned in jiu-jitsu. So the painting eyebrows red starts with a big circle. And what happens is I go right into her and over her. So this is a jump. Okay, so I'm starting here. And I'm going to end up here. Okay, so this is it's totally vicious. I'm like this, and I'm jumping, and I'm coming up, and I'm going all the way around her. And when I come down here, I'm slamming her. So you're actually doing a jump in the air. Stop it. You're actually doing a jump in the air, and then you're clotheslining the other person with your arm. So it's the entry here that is the part that seems to be sort of bizarre. One of the things you can do if you're dealing with somebody who's much bigger than you is you can step on him. You can get your foot on him when you're jumping and literally climb him like you would a tree and come down on the other side, right? Instead of bouncing off him. And if you step on him and tromp here, that's what's going to happen. And you're leaning on the other side and hitting him, and he's destabilized and he's also partly down. So this is really fairly acrobatic, and it's hard to visualize it. But so I'm here, and she's punching or doing something. I'm coming up like this, and I'm coming, and I'm landing here, and here's the clothesline, and I'm throwing her down in this direction. Thank you.
Yay.
And Peter, the next time you see Karna, if she offers you cookies or something, don't eat them. All right? So, solo, it's like this. Okay? Lean with back, open the left foot, jump, boom, like that. And then you're into this stuff. So lean with back, and this time I'm not going to jump. Circle, come across. So if you have trouble with the jumps, or if you're dealing with somebody who's got vertigo issues, don't get them into the air. Just teach them the basic footwork. Okay, once again with the jump, because I think it's kind of cool. Into this position here. And you can see the shape my hand is in. Now without the jump, lean with back, open the left foot, up, turn, across, and then 1, 2, 3. So you see this is on the vertical plane and that's horizontal. So what you have here is a version of single whip, but it's going in the other direction. So once again, lean with back, open the left foot, circle to here, and then 1, 2, 3. Now, trick. This hand is turning with each one of those. So here, if I'm like this, palm up, palm down, palm down, palm up. So it's as if you've got a dish rag between the hands going through the shoulder blades and you're wringing it one way and then the other way, like this. So this is the internal movement inside, wringing the tea towel or the dish rag. Towards you now. We're going to finish that move, but I want to have any questions first. You can also see that that movement, painting the eyebrows red, is also a flying elbow. Okay, it's a flying elbow strike as well. Now, the changeover, because you're going to do it on the other side, is the flying cutting frame. So another jump. So you see we're getting into more jumps now. Anyhow, I've done this, and then I'm going to do this. And then get back into this. So once again, this is cutting frame. We did this in the warm-up for tonight's class. Lean with back, jump. Okay. I got to do it with the jump. Here. 1, 2. Release the hand. Now, cutting frame. 1, 2, 3. Ideally, the foot should come through so that you're going through empty stances. I tend to get sloppy when I do this, and I do follow stances. Let me change my view. Lean with back. 1, 2, 3. Release the left hand. Cutting frame. 1, 2, 3. When you're doing a jump like that, I'm going to do the jump here. I'm taking off the left leg. I'm going to land on my right leg and put the left leg out. So this is my right, remember. So here, taking off this leg, landing on this leg, and stepping forward into a cat stance. So from here, from here, from here, from here, from here, Peter East. Okay, pure tombe. Okay, questions? We have a bit of time now. So let's do the form from the beginning. And I think I'm not going to talk. So just follow and see how it goes. entering part 4. Cutting frame. The versions I'm seeing of the form from Chen Village seem to be doing the painting eyebrows red all on the short axis. Okay, we're going on the long axis. The other thing too is that the Chen Village stuff has gotten so highly regulated that people who are doing that movement seem to be, to my eyes, a little bit robotic. I remember seeing a video of Chen Xiaowang. He was one of the major teachers now in Chen Village. He's sort of the head of the Chen family, and this was when he looked to be maybe in his late teens, maybe 20 years old, and he was doing an amazing, just a great rendition of Cannon Fist, obviously from the period before it was totally fucked up by the government. And in terms of that stuff at the cat stance and where he was going, he was all over the damn field. There was just so much power and he was sort of running through it. And there's real power in the strikes. It was a very, very excellent performance demonstration. Not what you see now, unfortunately. Anyhow, we're pretty well through our time. Can you turn on your camera so I can see you? Okay. Now, do you guys have any questions about that? That was a big chunk tonight.
Yeah, sorry, with the, it's Tim.
Yeah.
With the
yeah,
painting eyebrows red, the twist of the hand, can we just go over that again when it's, the hand is in and up?
Yeah. Here, this hand is up, this fist is down. Now my right is down and the hand turns up. So it's like this.
Great, okay.
A while to get it. And this is one that you really want to open up fairly far. Okay, you're going way outside that Yang family comfort zone to hit with the elbow striking on the lateral angle. So it takes a while
Both
to
thumbs
get
down,
that.
both thumbs up.
Yeah, so fist is down, so it's going like this. Okay, back and forth.
Okay, thank you.
Is this pretty much what you remembered from me, David, or is it new? Can't hear you. Can't hear you, David. Leave it. Let me know next week if you think this is something new here. Okay, Judy, any comments?
Other than I need to do that about 5 bazillion times? Nope.
Well, at this end of the form, it does get a little bit trickier. And that's true. Okay, guys. Gary, you okay with this?
I just have a question, just out of curiosity. When you mentioned that the moves that you just showed tonight, the new
Yeah.
move. There was one where it involves kind of stepping on another person's leg, kind of climb
Yes.
up. Is that
Yes.
is it like, does it look like the ones that people do in Muay Thai, where you climb up on that leg and then you get elbow?
I can see that. Absolutely. You could be going down with the elbow on top of them, which is a terrible, terrible movement. What I'm doing is I'm going right over, and whether you clothesline them or throw them down depends upon where you land and how they've moved. Realistically, you can't really control exactly how they are going to move. So when you're landing, the issue is that when you are landing, you want to continue the movement with the clothesline or with the throw. You don't want to land and then do something. That's not how it works. So you're going up and you're jumping, and you see the jump is 360 degrees. It's a full revolution from that lean with back. You're going up and you're going like this. And when you land, you want that rotary to continue into whatever you're doing. And you can see this is one that is very difficult to practice with the partner. You know, the partners really have to know what they're doing, and they have to go at it really, really carefully, stage by stage, to make sure that nobody gets hurt. This movement was one that I learned originally in jiu-jitsu, and I couldn't believe it when I saw it here in the Cannon Fist. Anyhow, guys, we're a little bit past our time. A major chunk of material tonight, for sure. And at this stage of the game, we're about 2/3 of the way through section 4. So it's gone very, very fast.
So, good night to you all. Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye-bye.